In an era defined by rapid technological innovation and shifting economic landscapes, the intersection of cryptocurrency and political machinations has revealed unsettling truths about both realms. Recent developments highlight how the cryptocurrency industry, once perceived as a beacon of financial freedom and autonomy, has now become enmeshed in the very political swamp it sought to escape. This transition has significant implications for the future of both the crypto market and the broader geopolitical landscape. The cryptocurrency industry, initially envisioned as a decentralized and apolitical alternative to traditional finance, has increasingly aligned itself with political interests, notably in the United States. A recent analysis by The Economist suggests that what was once a hopeful movement has devolved into a landscape rife with self-dealing and opportunism. Crypto has become the ultimate swamp asset, the publication notes, underscoring how regulatory environments and political contributions have merged to create a complex web of influence that undermines the foundational principles of blockchain technology. At the heart of this transformation is the role of key political figures, including members of the Trump family, who have made substantial investments in cryptocurrency. These investments have galvanized a shift in regulatory attitudes, allowing crypto to thrive in a landscape once dominated by skepticism. As noted by analysts, the intertwining of crypto with political agendas has raised concerns about transparency and accountability, leading to a market that may be more vulnerable to manipulation than previously thought. The ramifications of this alignment extend beyond the cryptocurrency sphere. The political maneuvers surrounding crypto investments reflect a broader trend of economic nationalism and protectionism as seen in President Trump's trade policies. His administration's tariffs on China have already triggered significant repercussions for the global economy, particularly in China, where the services sector is reeling from the effects of U.S. economic measures. Data from the Caixin China Services Purchasing Managers Index indicates a sharp decline in activity, signaling that the trade war is not just a political tool but a catalyst for real economic distress. Economists have warned that the trade war's fallout could lead to a chilling effect on both consumer and business confidence, with analysts predicting that China's GDP growth may fall short of government targets. This situation has prompted widespread unrest, with reports of protests from workers across various sectors affected by the economic downturn. Wang Zhe, a senior economist at Caixin Insight Group, stated, "With a cloud over the market outlook, both business and consumer confidence are subdued, making it harder to boost domestic demand." This decline in economic stability in China serves as a stark reminder of how intertwined global economies have become, with local issues often reflecting broader international tensions. As the world grapples with these challenges, the question remains: how will the evolving relationship between cryptocurrency and politics affect future developments? The potential for greater regulation looms large as governments seek to exert control over this burgeoning sector. However, the inherent decentralized nature of cryptocurrency poses a fundamental challenge to traditional governance models. The ongoing dialogue around digital currencies will likely shape regulatory frameworks and economic policies in the coming years. Furthermore, the interplay between cryptocurrency and political agendas could lead to unforeseen consequences, as political entities leverage crypto for fundraising and influence. The risk of market manipulation and economic instability increases. The situation calls for a vigilant approach from both regulators and industry stakeholders to ensure that the original vision of cryptocurrency as a democratizing force in finance is not lost amid the complexities of political maneuvering. In conclusion, the convergence of cryptocurrency and politics marks a pivotal moment in the evolution of both fields. As the industry navigates this treacherous landscape, the potential for innovation remains, but so does the risk of compromise. The way forward will require balancing the ideals of decentralization and financial autonomy with the realities of political influence and economic interdependence. The future of cryptocurrency will ultimately depend on its ability to maintain its core values while adapting to an ever-changing political and economic environment. On May 17, 2025. The excitement around the 150th running of the Preakness Stakes reached its peak at Baltimore's Pimlico Racecourse. As one of the most prestigious events in horse racing, the Preakness Stakes not only marks the second leg of the Triple Crown but also captivates a diverse audience eager for thrilling competition and substantial betting opportunities. Broadcast coverage began early in the day with multiple channels including CNBC, FanDuel TV, NBC Telemundo, and Universo sharing the action. Fans could also stream the race through platforms such as FanDuel TV plus NBC Sports app, NBCSports.com, and Peacock. The official post time was set for approximately 7:01 p.m. Eastern Time, creating a buzz around the potential for both excitement and surprise outcomes on the track. The field of contenders featured a strong lineup of horses with notable entries including goal-oriented, trained by the celebrated Bob Baffert in journalism, who was favored at 8-5 under the guidance of trainer Michael McCarthy. As the odds and post positions were analyzed, punters had plenty of information to consider. For instance, River Thames, trained by Todd Pletcher, was positioned at 9-2, while Sandman and Clever Again were not far behind at 4-1 and 5-1 respectively. A significant point of interest for this year's race was the absence of the Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty. Trainer Bill Mott announced that the horse would not compete for the Triple Crown this year, a decision he deemed necessary for a longer, more sustainable racing career. Over the years, people have realized that spacing these horses out a little bit gives you the opportunity to make them last a little longer, Mott stated, emphasizing the importance of a thoughtful approach to training and racing schedules. In addition to the grand race itself, the Preakness Stakes drew attention for its substantial purse, which amounted to $2 million this year. As spectators filled the stands and others tuned in from home, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation and the thrill of sports betting. Tickets for the event varied widely in price, reflecting the demand and prestige associated with the Preakness. Prices ranged from $257 in the concourse to upwards of $1,144 for premium seating options, illustrating the wide appeal of the event as both a social gathering and a serious athletic competition. As the day progressed, the stage was set for a race that would not only highlight the athleticism and speed of the horses but also serve as a testament to the legacy of the Preakness Stakes, with the Belmont Stakes looming on June 7 as the final leg of the Triple Crown. Racing enthusiasts are left to ponder the implications of today's outcomes on future competitions and the ongoing narrative of this iconic horse racing series. In summary, the 2025 Preakness Stakes promises to deliver an unforgettable experience, blending tradition with high-stakes competition. As fans reflect on today's races and the decisions made by trainers and jockeys, the excitement of the horse racing season continues to build. As the world increasingly turns to water-based adventures for recreation and relaxation, the coastal landscape is evolving into a hub for innovative activities designed to enrich the traveler's experience. With a renewed focus on wellness, sustainability, and connection to nature, 6 coastal activities are on the rise, inviting enthusiasts to explore the stunning beauty of coastlines while engaging in unique pursuits. Electric biking has transformed the way adventurers navigate scenic shores, making previously daunting climbs a breeze. E-biking is particularly popular along routes like Japan's Shimanami-Kaido. This 43.5-mile path connects the islands of Honshu and Shikoku, crossing a series of breathtaking suspension bridges. Miho Ogura, co-founder of Hidden Japan Travel, emphasizes the allure of this route, stating, "Gliding from bridge to island and island to bridge with the Seto Inland Sea stretching endlessly around you is a truly unforgettable experience." This growing trend not only enhances accessibility to remote landscapes but also encourages sustainable travel practices. Meanwhile, kayak camping is gaining traction among those craving adventure and solitude. The Stockholm archipelago with its 30,000 islands offers a perfect backdrop for this activity. Jacob Rudberg, co-founder of the Kayak Trail, highlights the appeal of the archipelago's stable weather and tranquil waters, allowing adventurers to explore remote coastlines while enjoying nature's serenity. There are no tides, currents, or big swells to worry about, he notes, making it an ideal destination for both casual paddlers and seasoned kayakers. The rise of wellness-focused experiences is also evident in the increasing popularity of saunas, particularly in coastal regions of the UK. The British Sauna Society reports a remarkable 63% year-on-year increase in the use of Finnish-style public saunas. Scott Chalmers, co-founder of Wild Water Sauna, explains, people are increasingly seeking new ways to improve their health, de-stress and connect with others. By blending hot and cold exposures, sauna enthusiasts enjoy not only a physical but also a mental boost, fostering community and well-being through shared experiences. Foraging along coastlines is also experiencing a renaissance driven by a growing desire for self-sufficiency and a sustainable lifestyle. This activity invites participants to embrace the natural bounty offered by intertidal ecosystems. Raushana Gray, founder of Felton Sea, showcases the richness of South Africa's Scarborough Beach, where foragers can discover a variety of edible treasures from kelp to shellfish. With the warm Indian Ocean on the east coast and the icy Atlantic on the west, the biodiversity is incredibly rich, she explains, highlighting the educational and culinary experiences that accompany coastal foraging. Coasteering, an adventure sport that combines climbing, swimming and jumping in coastal environments, is also making waves globally, originating from the rugged coasts of Wales. Jaden Woosnam, owner-operator of Margaret River Adventure Co. in Australia, describes the thrill of exploring Western Australia's coastline through this dynamic sport, stating, "We're spoiled with stunning beaches, towering granite formations and an ocean teeming with wildlife." This adrenaline-fueled experience not only offers an exhilarating workout but also enriches participants' appreciation for the natural world. Lastly, tide pooling has emerged as a favorite for families looking to engage with marine life in a hands-on manner. The Oregon coast, known for its diverse intertidal ecosystems, offers educational tours that educate participants about the myriad of species that inhabit these environments. Jamie Kish, a field guide at Cape Perpetua Collaborative, emphasizes the importance of these tours, saying, "Incredible life thrives in the countless nooks and crannies enduring the harsh elements along the rugged edge of the world's largest ocean." Such educational experiences foster a deeper connection to the ocean and may inspire a new generation of ocean advocates. As coastal communities continue to innovate and diversify their offerings, these rising activities not only enhance the travel experience but also promote a greater understanding of and respect for the natural world. With a focus on sustainability and wellness, future developments in coastal tourism are likely to further intertwine adventure with environmental consciousness, making every trip to the shore a meaningful journey. In the fast-paced world of technology and business, significant developments often unfold rapidly, capturing the attention of industry watchers and consumers alike. Recently, several notable stories have emerged, each shedding light on different facets of the economic and corporate landscape. One major highlight comes from the realm of sports betting, particularly with the upcoming Preakness Stakes 2025. As horse racing enthusiasts gear up for this prestigious event, analysts are already discussing the odds and best bets, emphasizing the potential impact of betting trends on the race's outcome. The Preakness Stakes, known for its rich history and competitive field, is expected to attract significant attention not only from fans but also from the betting community. As one expert noted, the Preakness Stakes offers an opportunity for bettors to capitalize on the unique characteristics of the race, making it a compelling event for both seasoned gamblers and casual spectators. The excitement surrounding the race is likely to be amplified by the evolving landscape of legal sports betting across the United States, which has transformed the way fans engage with the sport. Meanwhile, in the world of business, 2 Texas cities have garnered recognition as some of the best places to retire in the U.S., according to a recent Forbes ranking. This acknowledgement highlights not just the quality of life in these locations but also their economic viability for retirees seeking a balance of leisure and financial stability. The ranking considers various factors, including cost of living, healthcare access, and recreational opportunities, all of which contribute to a fulfilling retirement experience. The growing trend of retirees relocating to these cities could have broader implications for local economies and housing markets as more individuals seek to settle in areas that offer both comfort and community. In another significant development, Steward Partners has been recognized on the Washington Business Journal's 2025 Best Places to Work list. This accolade underscores the firm's commitment to fostering a supportive and engaging work environment. As companies increasingly recognize the importance of employee satisfaction, Steward Partners' achievement reflects a broader trend in the corporate world where workplace culture is becoming a pivotal aspect of organizational success. A positive workplace culture not only enhances employee morale but also drives productivity and innovation, said a company spokesperson. This recognition may serve as a model for other firms aiming to improve their workplace environments and attract top talent. Furthermore, the ongoing discussions surrounding potential tax breaks underscore the complex interplay between government policy and economic growth. With lawmakers deliberating on a substantial bill that could introduce significant tax incentives, businesses are poised to benefit from potential financial relief that may stimulate investment and expansion. As experts analyze the implications of these tax breaks, they emphasize the need for a careful balance between fostering growth and ensuring fiscal responsibility. The outcome of these discussions could shape the economic landscape in the coming months, influencing business strategies and consumer behavior alike. As these stories unfold, they signal a dynamic intersection of sports, business, and policy that will continue to evolve. The Preakness stakes will certainly capture the spotlight in the coming weeks, while the broader implications of workplace culture, retirement trends, and fiscal policy remain critical areas of focus for stakeholders across various sectors. As we look ahead, it will be intriguing to see how these narratives develop and what new trends will emerge in the ever-changing landscape of technology and business. In an era where reality television often captures the nation's attention, the beloved game show Wheel of Fortune is now facing an unprecedented wave of disappointment among its fans. Over the past few weeks, viewers have watched in disbelief as contestants embarked on a staggering 15-game losing streak, leading many to lament the current state of the long-running show. The collective frustration has given rise to social media hashtags like Wheel of Misfortune as fans express their dismay over what they perceive as a shift in fortune for the once celebrated program. The recent losing streak has sparked a heated discussion among viewers regarding the format and mechanics of the game. It feels like the odds are stacked against the contestants, lamented longtime fan Sandra Martinez. I've been watching for decades and this is unlike anything I've ever seen. Fans point to a possible change in the puzzles or the spinning wheel's configuration, speculating that these adjustments have led to a higher frequency of unsuccessful spins and incorrect guesses. The backlash comes at a time when Wheel of Fortune was experiencing a revival in popularity thanks in part to the resurgence of classic game shows in modern television. The show's producers have yet to comment publicly on the streak, which has drawn criticism not only for the frequency of losses but also for the emotional toll it takes on contestants. Many viewers argue that the thrill of winning is part of what makes the show engaging and that a prolonged losing streak could deter future contestants and viewers alike. As the losing streak continues, the producers find themselves at a crossroads. While they may be tempted to introduce new elements to rekindle excitement, they must also consider the potential backlash from loyal viewers who cherish the traditional format. It's a delicate balance, noted television analyst Jacob Reynolds. They need to maintain the integrity of the game while also finding ways to keep it fresh and engaging. In a separate but equally captivating story, a player at an off-strip casino in Las Vegas recently hit a jackpot exceeding $486,000, showcasing the unpredictability of the gaming world. This, when contrasting sharply with the woes of Wheel of Fortune, serves as a reminder of the highs and lows inherent in gambling. The identity of the lucky player remains undisclosed, but their win has generated buzz among casino-goers and gaming enthusiasts alike. Meanwhile, as the first American pope prepares for his official inauguration, questions surrounding his tax obligations have emerged. Pope Leo XIV, who is set to be formally installed in a special mass at the Vatican, could potentially face a tax bill exceeding $135,000 due to his annual stipend. This situation raises intriguing discussions about the intersection of faith and finance, particularly as the IRS typically does not exempt foreign diplomats or religious figures from taxation. As the world watches these unfolding stories, it is clear that the landscape of entertainment and public interest is constantly evolving. Wheel of Fortune must navigate its current challenges without losing its core audience, while the Pope's unique situation could redefine expectations for religious figures in America. The intertwining of luck, faith, and public sentiment underscores a broader narrative about how we engage with both entertainment and authority in contemporary society. The coming weeks will be telling. As both Wheel of Fortune and Pope Leo XIV faced their respective trials and tribulations, leaving fans and followers eagerly awaiting their next moves. In a landscape marked by shifting economic tides, President Donald Trump has reignited discussions surrounding tariffs, a subject that continues to provoke significant debate among businesses and consumers alike. Fresh from a diplomatic trip to the Middle East, Trump took to social media on Saturday to criticize Walmart for its plans to raise prices in response to tariffs, urging the retail giant instead to absorb the costs. Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the chain, Trump asserted via Truth Social. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected. Between Walmart and China, they should, as is said, eat the tariffs and not charge valued customers anything. Walmart's warning about impending price hikes has raised eyebrows, particularly as it follows the company's recent earnings report, which indicated a mixed performance influenced by tariff-related costs. The retailer's chief executive officer, Doug McMillon, acknowledged the pressure tariffs impose on retail margins, stating, "We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible, but given the magnitude of the tariffs, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure." The implications of Walmart's price adjustments are far-reaching. As one of the largest retailers in the United States, its pricing strategies often serve as a bellwether for the broader retail market, potentially affecting competitors such as Target and Home Depot. In tandem with his criticism of Walmart, Trump's remarks also targeted Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, urging the Fed to implement interest rate cuts sooner rather than later. He expressed frustration with Powell, whom he described as legendary for being too late. The president's call for preemptive rate cuts reflects a broader concern among business leaders about the current state of the U.S. economy, which has been marked by uncertainty due to ongoing tariff disputes. Trump has indicated that new tariff rates for trading partners will be established in the coming weeks, noting the challenges of negotiating with multiple countries simultaneously. "I think we're going to be very fair. But it's not possible to meet the number of people that want to see us," he stated during a meeting with business executives in the United Arab Emirates. The ramifications of these tariff policies are reverberating across various sectors. As reported by Bloomberg, uncertainties stemming from tariffs overshadowed otherwise positive earnings reports from numerous companies during the first quarter. The overall sentiment among businesses remains cautious, with a Yahoo Finance survey revealing that 2/3 of small business owners feel negatively impacted by the tariffs imposed under Trump's administration. Moreover, the effective U.S. tariff rate has seen a decline, recently dropping to 14.4%, nearly returning to pre-tariff levels. However, this reduction has not alleviated concerns among retailers and consumers alike, particularly with Walmart's warning signaling a potential rise in prices for everyday goods. The situation is further complicated by other geopolitical factors, including ongoing trade talks with countries like China and Japan, where negotiations over tariffs on automobiles remain contentious. As the U.S. navigates these complex economic waters, the future of trade relations, consumer spending, and retail pricing strategies remains uncertain. With Trump's administration poised to make significant decisions in the weeks ahead, all eyes will be on how these policies will shape the economic landscape, particularly as businesses and consumers alike brace for potential price increases and shifting market dynamics. The unfolding narrative of tariffs, trade, and economic policy will undoubtedly continue to be a focal point for analysts and stakeholders in the coming months. In a groundbreaking study published in Nature Medicine, researchers have uncovered alarming evidence that harmful synthetic chemicals from food packaging are leaching into the meals we consume. This revelation raises significant public health concerns, particularly as the consumption of ultra-processed foods continues to grow in popularity. The research highlights that synthetic chemicals such as bisphenol phthalates and per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances PFAS are not merely additives, they are contaminants that infiltrate food through packaging and processing materials. The findings indicate that these chemicals can migrate from plastic wraps, aluminum can linings, and even the machinery used in food production into the very meals we eat. As Jane Monk, the study's lead author from the Food Packaging Forum Foundation, noted, the evidence is becoming more clear that today's packaged ultra-processed foods contain many synthetic chemicals and microplastics from various sources. The study outlines the 4 critical stages of food before it reaches our plates: transportation, processing, packaging, and preparation. Each stage poses a risk of chemical contamination. For instance, food transported in containers lined with synthetic materials allows chemicals to leach into the food. During processing, machines made from plastic and metal come into direct contact with food, increasing contamination risks. Furthermore, when food is heated in plastic packaging, the potential for chemical leaching intensifies, delivering harmful substances directly to consumers. Notably, the study reveals that the more ultra-processed foods individuals consume, the higher their exposure to these harmful chemicals. Research indicates that there is a direct correlation between the consumption of ultra-processed foods and the likelihood of encountering elevated levels of synthetic contaminants in meals. This dietary trend is concerning, especially since these chemicals have been linked to serious health issues including cancers, heart disease, and metabolic disorders. Despite the mounting evidence of harm posed by these contaminants, regulatory frameworks remain inadequate. Current testing methods mainly address known contaminants and often overlook emerging threats. The study advocates for the adoption of advanced testing techniques capable of identifying new chemicals and microplastics before they evade regulatory scrutiny. Monk emphasizes the need for a paradigm shift in how we approach food safety. All food packaging, processing equipment, and other food contact materials need to be adequately tested for their safety with regard to migrating food contact chemicals and microplastics using modern testing methods, she stated. The researchers call for policymakers to enhance regulations surrounding food packaging to ensure safer, more sustainable materials are used. As consumers, it is crucial to rethink our dietary choices, especially when it comes to ultra-processed foods. The study clearly articulates the need for a collective effort to prioritize both human health and environmental sustainability in food practices. In conclusion, as we navigate the complexities of food safety, the findings from this study serve as a wake-up call. With growing evidence linking synthetic chemicals in food packaging to serious health risks, it is essential for both consumers and regulators to take proactive steps towards safer food consumption and improved packaging safety. Future research and policy reform will be vital in ensuring that our food remains safe from these hidden hazards, safeguarding public health for generations to come. In a world increasingly defined by geopolitical tensions and technological advancements, the recent allegations of U.S. espionage activities in Greenland have ignited a firestorm of diplomatic outrage in Denmark. Reports surfaced indicating that the United States had been conducting surveillance operations in the strategic Arctic territory, raising serious concerns about the implications for international relations and privacy rights. Denmark's foreign minister has demanded clarity from Washington regarding these claims. "We need answers," he stated, emphasizing that the sovereignty of nations should be respected and any foreign surveillance activities must be thoroughly justified. The Danish government's reaction reflects a broader unease among European allies regarding the extent of U.S. intelligence operations within their borders. These allegations, if substantiated, could strain the long-standing partnership between the U.S. and Denmark, which has been built on mutual trust and cooperation. The roots of this controversy can be traced back to revelations from a whistleblower about the U.S.'s intelligence-gathering activities in various countries, including Denmark. The specifics of the alleged operations in Greenland remain murky. But experts suggest that the U.S. may be motivated by concerns over Russia's increasing military presence in the Arctic and its implications for global security. The Arctic is becoming a new frontier for geopolitical competition, and the U.S. has a vested interest in monitoring developments there, noted Dr. Anna Nyman, a geopolitical analyst at the University of Copenhagen. The implications of these allegations extend beyond diplomatic relations. They raise urgent questions about privacy, civil liberties, and the ethical responsibilities of nations engaged in surveillance. Critics argue that such actions exemplify a disregard for the rights of citizens in allied nations. If the U.S. is indeed spying on Denmark, it raises critical discussions about the extent to which a country can go in the name of national security, commented privacy advocate Lars Jensen. As Denmark calls for transparency and accountability. The U.S. administration has yet to issue a formal response to the allegations. However, given the current global climate marked by increasing scrutiny of intelligence practices, it is likely that these claims will lead to heightened discussions around the ethical boundaries of surveillance. The fallout from this incident could prompt both nations to re-evaluate their intelligence sharing agreements and the protocols surrounding them. Looking ahead, the international community will be watching closely as the situation unfolds. The potential for a diplomatic rift looms large, with ramifications that could affect not only U.S.-Denmark relations but also broader alliances within NATO. As nations grapple with the balance between security and privacy, the need for a robust dialogue on surveillance practices has never been more pressing. The outcomes of these discussions may very well shape the future of international relations in an increasingly interconnected world. Recent research has unveiled a concerning correlation between excessive daytime sleepiness in older adults and the early stages of dementia, highlighting a potentially critical warning sign that has previously gone underappreciated. Published in the journal Neurology, the study monitored the sleep patterns of 733 women in their 80s over a 5-year period. Researchers found that those who exhibited significant increases in sleepiness, particularly through excessive daytime napping, were at double the risk of developing dementia compared to their peers. Of the participants, 164 developed mild cognitive impairment and 93 were diagnosed with dementia during the study period. Dr. Clifford Siegel, a neurologist at Providence St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California, emphasized that while feeling fatigued is often a normal part of aging, persistent excessive sleepiness can signal underlying health issues. Getting a good night's sleep is more important for octogenarians than a good daytime nap, he stated, underscoring the complexity of distinguishing normal aging from potential health concerns. Dr. Siegel noted that sleep is crucial for memory consolidation, a process that may become increasingly compromised in older adults experiencing poor sleep quality. The reasons behind the link between sleepiness and dementia remain unclear. While some researchers suggest that inadequate sleep might hinder memory retrieval, others point to a variety of health conditions that can cause daytime fatigue, such as obstructive sleep apnea, narcolepsy, and even depression. Dr. Siegel cautioned that anyone experiencing consistent daytime sleepiness should seek medical evaluation, as it could be indicative of several health issues beyond cognitive decline. This research adds to a growing body of evidence that highlights the importance of monitoring sleep patterns as a potential early indicator of cognitive decline. Other common signs of dementia include memory loss, confusion, difficulty in expressing thoughts, and changes in everyday behavior. With the aging population, understanding these warning signs becomes increasingly vital for early intervention and management. As the scientific community continues to unravel the complexities of cognitive health, the implications of this study could pave the way for new screening methods and preventative strategies. The intersection of sleep health and cognitive function opens up a promising avenue for future research, potentially leading to improved outcomes for those at risk of dementia. Engaging with healthcare providers about sleep patterns may soon become a crucial part of routine health assessments for older adults, emphasizing the need for a comprehensive approach to cognitive health. In conclusion, as we navigate the challenges of an aging population, further exploration into the relationship between sleep and cognitive decline may provide essential insights into preserving mental health in our later years. Understanding the nuances of sleep and its effects on the brain could not only enhance quality of life but also foster proactive strategies in the fight against dementia.